I love getting barked at by my son. Great. Usually get barked at by your dog, but you know, it's just the way my life is.
Alright guys, so before we jump into today's video, I just wanted to give you guys a little special behind the scenes footage. This is the first time that I saw Ron. Snapped a pic of him. I had to. He was just looking like a cutie out in the field. So here's the picture. What's up, YouTube? Today I just wanted to take you guys through a little bit about how we eat and why we eat the way we eat.
Okay. Yeah, you had it pointing out a little bit. Did you press play?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah. I think it should be... Yeah, it's recording.
Alright.
Does look good? Yeah, it looks good. You set the back up a little bit.
Okay.
Sit back. Alright. Alright, let's give it another shot. Alright. I'll just move over a little bit to your left. Can you move over?
Yeah, you're
Alright.
in it.
Alright. 3, 2, 1. What's going on, YouTube? Me and Ron just wanted to break down a little bit about our nutritional schedule and how we eat and what we eat. And we also wanted to answer some questions that were sent to us. Our first question comes from Noah. Noah, thanks for the question, brother. So Noah's question, Ron, is he's starting out, new to this lifestyle, doesn't really know what to do or where to go. So what would you recommend for someone just getting into it? What do you think you should do?
Well, first of all, just getting into it, you want to find a good training program. So find something that is based around push, pull, legs, maybe a 3 days a week if you're just starting out. You know, so push, bench, pull, deadlift, legs, squat. Those are 3 main movements. So you want to base your workouts around those 3 main movements, and then you add in your accessory work after that. So find a program that includes those 3 movements, and then just run off that, and then you can modify it as you go. But start, as a beginner, start out with that. You want to start out with 3 major movements. Very important. So find a good program, stick with it, and then for the diet end of it, if you're you want to find out if you're trying to lose weight or gain. If you're skinny and you're first starting out, you want to put on as much muscle as you can. You're going to put yourself in a calorie surplus. And if you're trying to get lean for the summer, say you're a little heavy and you're trying to look muscular and look better as fast as you can, you want to put yourself in a caloric deficit. And how you do that is you want to find out what your maintenance calories is per day, like how much energy you burn per day on a regular basis. So to find that, I use a simple calculation which gives you like a rough estimate, and this is for people that work out. Take your body weight. I got this from Matt Ogus, by the way, so I learned this from his video. You take your body weight, you times it by 10, and then you times it by either, from a scale of 1.3 or 1.4 to 2.3. And those are very far extremes. You'll very rarely be, one of those. So if you're someone that, is a little heavy, you struggle with losing weight, you'll be a little more towards the 1.4. Probably like, 1.6, 1.7. I don't know, who you are, but and if you're more active and you're naturally skinny, that'll put you closer to the 2.3. So let's just say you're at 2. Let's say you weigh 150 pounds and you're skinny and you're 2. You put yourself on a 2 on a scale because you're pretty active. You work out, you burn fat easily. So you're 150 times 10, that'll put you 1,500 calories, and you times that by 2. Is that right?
Right. And that would bring you to 3,000.
And then I'll bring you to 3,000 as your maintenance. Okay. So if that's your maintenance, you probably want to be, if you're 150 pounds, you're probably pretty skinny, I'd say. So you put yourself on that scale. You want to gain weight. You want to start out eating like 3,300, 3,500 calories a day, and implementing a good training program. And you'll slowly, you start putting on muscle mass probably pretty fast if you're a newbie and you're eating the proper amount of calories and you're training hard. And if you want to diet, say you're heavier, you're 200 pounds, you wish you were like 170 pounds, so you're 200 pounds, you times that by 10, that puts you at 2,000, and you times that by 1.5, so that'll put you at, what was it? That'll put you at 3,500 calories, I think,
right,
as a maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll want to be eating 3,000 calories a day to start out, and that's assuming you're working out and you're not too active otherwise, and you sort of hold fat. So I put you at a 1.5, okay? And then so you want to put yourself in a calorie deficit, track your calories, and everything you put in your body is a calorie. So find a good calorie counter app like MyFitnessPal or My Macros Plus. If you're a little more serious, you want to count like your macros. Really, I like to use My Macros Plus personally. It's easier for me. MyFitnessPal is a good way to start out if you're just counting your calories. So download that app. It'll have you put in your information. It'll give you what they recommend. But I would use what I recommend for a weightlifter. And so you do that. You count your calories every day. You find out how it's working for you. Step on the scale every morning at the same time, before you eat, and after you go to the bathroom, so you get a consistent thing on it. And when you first start out, if you're real heavy, you should start out maybe losing 5 pounds a week first couple weeks, and then you slow it down. You get down to like 2. Along the way, you get down to 1. So you want to be tracking how much weight you're losing to know if your calorie count is working. If you're losing weight too fast, you might be able to add a couple hundred calories. And if you're not losing any weight, you want to drop a couple hundred calories to see how that works. And if you already feel like you're not eating much and you're starving all the time, you might want to just add like cardio every day, like a 200 calorie session of cardio, which would be the same as taking 200 calories out of your eating every day. So that's just how you gauge it. So you follow those steps, you count your calories, you train hard, you throw in your cardio as needed, you play with it a little bit, and you'll see good results that way. There's no doubt about it. So make sure you're training good, consistent. Diet is most important for losing weight, body composition. Don't worry so much about meal timing and like eating just clean foods. Eat like a decent amount of clean foods. You might want to get your veggies and fruits a day just to be healthy. But the main thing for losing weight is calories in versus calories out. So you just put yourself in a deficit. You can eat some junk here and there. Don't worry about it too much. You want to enjoy the process, or you won't want to do it. You want to find a good balance for yourself, something you enjoy, so you can do it for a long time. You don't want to be torturous, because then you won't want to stick with it. So give yourself good foods. Make sure you cook up things nice, good seasonings. Whatever you're doing, eat foods that you enjoy, so you can do it for a while and have success with it. And that's
No, exactly. Like to get rid of that monotonous feeling a little bit, you can throw different things on your pasta. You can throw different seasonings on there as well. Just be clear to track that, because it does count as calories towards your count for the day. Mm-hmm. Like Ron said, MyFitnessPal is a great app for people just starting out. We like to use My Macros Plus. That's another excellent one as well. MyFitnessPal has something where you can scan it as well. You can scan the barcode, see exactly what you're putting in your body, and you can track it that way as well. But excellent. So our next question comes from my cugino Vincenzo. Vincenzo, this one's for you. So Vince has kind of a big build to him already. He's got some nice size. He just wants to know a little bit of advice for cutting up, just building some muscle at the same time as like cutting up a little bit.
Yeah, well, if you're cutting up and you're newer to working out, sort of, you got some size, you can probably put on a little more muscle. It's hard to put on muscle when you're cutting, but the big thing about cutting, you use that same formula that I gave that last person. You want to put yourself in a deficit and make sure your training's good, and you'll look more muscular because you'll be losing fat. Everything will become more defined. Your skin becomes thinner. You get more vascular, and you'll look more muscular without actually putting on much more muscle mass, and you'll look and feel better. And you want to make sure your training's good. You want to keep training hard and try not to lose strength. So whatever you're doing now, you want to keep doing and keep trying to gain strength. It'll be hard, but at first you should be able to gain some strength or whatever you're doing, and eventually it'll level out. And you just want to keep training hard, pushing yourself, try to maintain your strength. If you're maintaining your strength, you're maintaining your muscle. So that's the goal on a cut. You want to maintain as much muscle as physically possible while losing weight, because then you're just losing fat, and then that'll give you the best look you can get. You'll keep your muscle mass, keep good shape, and you'll peel away the layers of fat, which will reveal everything you've worked so hard for, which is what you want to do, in the summertime or whenever you want to look good for something.
So one of the easy analogies that I like to use for that consistency factor, because that is going to play like one of the, I would say, the biggest part in your changes, whether you're cutting or gaining. Think of it as if you have a sponge in your hand, and naturally that sponge is going to want to be expanded and square. So as you're changing your calories and things like that, you're focusing this sponge to become crushed in your hand. When you don't take it as seriously, and some days you'll cheat more than others if you want to take that approach, the sponge in your hand becomes to expand again back to that square where you don't want it to be. You want to keep that sponge as tight as possible, and you want to keep the consistency as tight as possible as well with your workouts, and especially your diet, which is the biggest part as well.
Yep, it's all about consistency is the most important thing. Good program, good diet, consistency is very important. If you're dieting good 5 days a week, and on the weekends you're blowing it out, you're not going to get anywhere. You gotta. It's all about consistency, consistent training, consistent diet, and it's good to take before and after pictures, like to track your progress. It's just good for motivation, but typically, when I diet, when I want to get shredded for the summer, it takes me about 2.5, 3 months to look like how I want to look. That's a long time. Being consistent doesn't happen overnight, so just consistently doing that over time. Along the way, you're looking a little better, a little better, a little better, but you might not even see it looking at yourself in the mirror that much, but you took a before picture, and 3 months later you take an after picture, like, wow, I look so much better. It takes some time, but it does work, and you will get the results you want if you're consistent and you're applying the proper concepts.
So I think a lot of the misconceptions that people have about fitness is, like you were saying before, people always think you need to be strict on that diet, and you can't really change it up a little bit here and there. You can cheat, that's okay. Like Ron said, it's okay to throw a couple different seasonings in there or change it up. If you want to get Chipotle one day, you want to get a burger one day, that's okay. The thing is, you just have to be tracking it towards your calories, and it can't become an everyday thing. It will add up over time. Obviously, there's saturated fats in there that are going to add up. So just keep a moderation on it. If you have that craving like me and Ron do, we'll hit it once in a while. We'll get Chipotle, that's okay. But we're keeping a monitor on it, and that's the biggest thing. So just keep track of that. You can have fun with it, but you just got to keep everything consistent and just keep track of everything that you're putting into your body.
Yep, just enjoy the process and stick with it. Trust the process, that's the biggest thing.
And we'll get a little bit more in depth once we start getting into the advanced stages of working out and things like that. This is more of a general guideline for people just starting out. And we wanted to answer some of those questions. If you do have any questions, feel free to comment any, message either of us, just let us know and we'll get that question answered for you. Now we're going to take you over to our workout of the day. We just hit legs, so hope you enjoy it.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you. In the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for you,
Thank you.